And we are live. We are live. I'd like to welcome everyone. Don't forget to like, share the video. Hey, 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 you know, yee. So we got some questions. We got some questions, and we definitely got some questions. Shit. Okay. So as the title would suggest, the title of this particular talk, sorry about that. The title of this particular talk is Why Won't Brothers Check Other Brothers That Go In on Sisters? I can already tell. I can already tell. So let's see here. Let me see. Shout out to Sue Shiny. She's on. We on. Um, I've been waiting for my panelists to get here. So while I'm waiting for that, we'll just go discuss a few things. As you guys know, the Real Talk Real People store is up. Once the video or the stream is done, I'll put something in the description. But in the meantime, you can certainly go get some very, very, very nice merch. Very nice merch from the Real Talk Real People store at teespring.com. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It is muy beautiful. Now, and I'll put a link for that for everyone. Let's see what we got here. Now, it'd be funny. I think I messed up too. Did I put the link? Did I even put the link? Yeah, I did put the link to the store. Okay. I was like, what? All right, let me put the link here. And that's where you can get your official Real Talk Real People merch. It is beautiful. It's got a lot of heart, and it's just another way to support the show, of course. Let's see here. Let's start with some questions from the chat. We'll take some chat questions until some of our panelists get in, and then we will kind of go from there because this has the potential to be a wild one. Most definitely a wild one. Maybe, no, that's not too pretty. But like I said, the question is, should brothers check other brothers that go in on sisters? Can you invite Ashna? Ashna, let me see here. She knows let me see, maybe I'll put the link out, share the link with her. Okay, so why do they say once you go black, you go single mom? So that's a legitimate that's a legitimate question. Let's put that up. So the question is, why do they say once you go black, you go single mom? It's an interesting question, right? Once you go black, you go single mom. Um, I'm curious to know where you heard that from. Is that an observation? Is that something that you've been told? Sue Shiny, like, where did you hear that from? Let's break that down first. Where did you hear that from? I think I have an idea of where you already got it from, but let's just kind of see. Like, let's see what the deal is. And I gotta remember there is like a little delay. There's like a little delay. Let's see here. It's an observation. Anytime a girl who is Hispanic, white, or black end up pregnant, so when they're dealing with black men. Okay. So, okay, clear. That's an observation. Let's take a look. Now, it is my opinion that that is a falsehood, you know, by a black guy. Okay, got it. Okay, so you got to look at it this from this perspective, right? There's you can tackle this from a lot of different ways, but the question is, if once you go black, you go become a single mom. That's completely untrue. Okay, what you're seeing is these women are having sex with black guys, white guys, Hispanic guys, Asian guys. They're having sex with all these guys. But why? The question you have to ask yourself is why are they all having black babies? That's the question. See, it's not why is what chick a single mom afterwards. It's why are they having all these black babies by these men? If they're having sex with multiple different types of men, why are they getting impregnated by the black men? Because let's be honest here, they're not all having sex with just black men, even though once you go black, you tend to, once you have the best, it's you tend to stick with that. But in any regard, they're having sex with multiple different types of men, but they aren't getting pregnant by these men. So does that mean the other men are not as fertile as the black men? Potentially. Doesn't mean that the woman, but is it more likely that the woman is using birth control and all these other different methods? And I mean, black men don't have super sperm. It's not like, oh, I was dating this black guy, I was having sex with this black guy, and I got pregnant because, black guys have super sperm and it busts through all of the birth control that I'm on. No, it's nothing to do with that. Women, whenever you see a woman with a black child, whether they're with the person or not, that's a conscious decision to go through with that pregnancy, right? So, just because she's not having an half Asian guy's baby or half white guy's baby or half Spanish guy's baby doesn't mean she's having any less sex with these individuals. But when she has sex with that black male for some reason, and maybe we can get someone on here that's not black that's had sex with a black man. Tell us what the differences are between the males, and why would a woman be more apt to allow a black man to impregnate her than anyone else when they're having sex with multiple different races of gentlemen? So that's where I would want to take the argument. I don't think it's a matter of being a single mom. I think women ultimately have the choice to go through with pregnancies or not. Half of the time, if a man is having sex, then we got SJ Smooth Joe here. I can't hear him. Oh, let me turn on and anyone else. Hold on, let me turn that off so we don't get an echo. Different races in general. All right. So didn't want to make sure we didn't get an echo. Josh, can you hear me? Hold on. Can you hear me, Josh? I don't know. I added Josh to the stream. Again, Smooth Joe. That's what he goes by. You can kind of chime in on these as we answer these questions from the chat, and then we'll wait for our other panelists to come in. But yeah, so that's the way I would go ahead and take it. I would say it from the point of view of these women are choosing to have these children. And that's the thing with anything. I don't think it's black guys or any guys a mission to leave a woman as a single mom. I think circumstances are that people have sex for many different reasons other than having children. So when the inevitable happens that they do have children, they just may not be equally fit for the person they were having sex with. So that's a good idea or a good point of view to take that from. Hope I answered that question. Don't worry about who Smooth Joe is. We shield identities over here. All right, so let's see the next question. Next question is also, would you ever get with a girl who has a kid? This is a brilliant question. I'd be interested to hear what Smooth Joe has to say about it as well. Uh, Smooth, if I can't hear you, I don't know if your mic's set up or not, or you have your mic turned on or not, but I can't hear you. But I do see that you're here. So let's see here. Would you ever get with a girl who has a kid? Nope, absolutely not. I would not do it. And furthermore, I would probably suggest anyone that doesn't have children. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a firm believer that if you have children, you should be marrying or coupling up with other people that have children. And if you don't have children, then you should be coupling up with people that don't have children. Let's start making families. You know what I'm saying? Actual families. And if I'm going to start a family, I would want to start it from a clean slate. That's how I would do it. I would start from a clean slate. You don't necessarily need to have you don't necessarily need to start off on a I don't want to sound insensitive, but why would you want to start off on someone else's save game? All right, everyone loves to start a new game. Oh, that might be better. Is that hold on? Oh no, he dropped from there. Hello, can you hear me? Don't worry, we'll work that out. Remember, you can do this from your computer or your phone. I believe whatever you want. That link should work on either one. But yeah, so that's how I look at it. If you're single, get with someone that's single. If you got kids and you're not single, get with someone that has kids, and go from there. I think it's just going to make a more cohesive situation, and because there's a level of kind of resentment. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, and it's interesting. As a woman, you see that. Why would you want to take care of someone else's kid? If we lived in a society where it takes a village to raise a child, then that would be cool. But we don't live in that society. Most men that I know don't want to take care of anyone else's child, mistake, whatever you call it. Again, you me. I have my dark thought. I don't want to say dark thoughts, but yeah, no, that's whack. Just think about it. Think about it. Let's say you are a shit. We choose a woman because we all know how the guys feel. Let's say you're a 23-year-old woman. You got your stuff together. You got through high school. You got through college or trade or nursing school, whatever, without having any children. You got good credit. You got a car. You got a house. You're able to functionally take care of yourself. Maybe even take some time and go on those trips with your girls. Go on your little girls' trips and stuff like that. Right. And you have your pick of any dude you want. And you pick a dude, he's cool. Obviously, it's harder to tell if dudes have kids sometimes because they don't have the kids, on the hip like that. And you meet this guy, you meet I don't know, Jason. You meet Jason or Darren or fucking Ghost from Power. You meet them, and then they tell you, everything's cool, and then slowly as it comes out, you got kids. That's an instant deal breaker for me, right? Because really, the kid may be cool, the kid may be the nicest kid in the world, but the issues you deal with are the motherfucking baby mamas. And if you're a dude, the baby daddies, no one wants to deal with that shit. And if you're single, you don't have to. There's nothing written. Now, when you're not single, that's par for the course. That's part of your lane. That's the lane you need to stay in because you understand it. It's almost selfish for someone that doesn't have kids to want someone that doesn't have kids to take on the role of mother or father when they already have a mother or father. We're not going to take the responsibility away from the first dude and put it on the second dude that had nothing to do with it. Being a step parent, being a parent in general, is a thankless job. And it's really, and especially when the kid's not related to you, that's a drain of resources. Let's be honest. Let's be real right here. But yeah, that was a long answer. Sorry. All right. Let's see. The next question. What are things that a black, hold on, what are things that, what are things girls should know about black girls? So I assume you're saying, what are things non-black girls should know about black women? Okay. Well, I wish we had a sister up here to expound on that. That would be cool. That would be real cool. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm just telling you from the man's perspective. I think that other nationalities of women should understand that black women have feelings. They have feelings. I know in media and all that, society tries to tell you sisters are, they're strong, independent. They don't need no man. That's bullshit. A woman is a woman, right? And the same things that you need and you want are the same things that she needs and she wants. The problem is between the two of y'all, the non-black women to the black women. Black women don't necessarily get everything that they need. So that's probably the first thing that you guys should know about them. Second thing is because of the unique position that they've been in, they're very masculine, right? So they're to us, they're not masculine because we grew up with them. So we see femininity and what you guys will look at as masculine behavior or masculine tendencies. So the reason they're like that is because they've had to toughen up because, when you have to fight for your life every day in a country, society that is literally geared to marginalize everything you do and hold you back, that'll do something to you. We got to be honest. Now, does that mean, black women are absolved from any doubt? Hell no. Absolved from any wrongdoing? Hell no. But that's something you should know about them. Shoot, a sister should probably be answering this. If there's any sisters watching, let me know. Comment, let us know. Let's see what the next question is. Why would you want to take care of right? Yeah, no one wants to do that. If they have kids, that means they out here having unprotected sex. Exactly. So whether you are white, black, Hispanic, whatever, if you're out here having half black, quote unquote, babies, mixed babies, really they're black. You know, anytime you're with a black man, it's a black child. They're having unprotected sex. Now, let's be honest here, right? So the whole unprotected sex angle is raw, as Minister Jap would say. Shout out to Mr. Jap. All they, I'll paraphrase it. Raw dick, raw dick. I don't know a woman out there that doesn't like raw dick. So it's not just black women that love raw dick. Every woman loves raw dick. Nobody likes using condoms, men or women. I mean, it's literally just a safety precaution, but it's not like, oh yeah, hold on, let's hold on before I put it in. Uh, you know, I wanna use this condom. Come on, hold on 1 second, hold on. It ain't a feel thing. It's a wild sort of situation. So that's all that is. You know, that's just women and men being women and men. But absolutely, that's the situation that you're seeing. These are good questions. Yeah, good questions. Let me see here. This will be interesting. Hold on. Let's see here. I don't want to set it off. I feel like I'm gonna set it off. If I let certain people on here, I feel like I'm gonna set it off. Okay, hold on. We got another question. Another question. Why only black guys be hitting on me? Oh my gosh. Man, you got me cracking up. Sue, let's be honest with you. I'll be real. I'll be real honest with you. The reason is because if we're just looking at you from on the street, because most dudes, I mean, most of them don't really know you since you know, we go far back. But let's just say if I'm just looking at you on the street, you're chocolate, right? You're chocolate and you smile. You got a smile and you've got a very inviting energy. So you got a very inviting and chill aura about you, and you're always smiling. That's why you have good energy, and that's what's important, you know. And you got those lips too. You got the lips, you're chocolate, and you got good energy. Who wouldn't want that? You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, maybe you don't have the biggest booty, maybe you don't got the biggest, you know, whatever, but it's that energy. You're pretty. That's a big thing. You're pretty, you're petite, you got a good smile, you got good energy, you got nice hair, you know, you're just well put together, you're feminine. So, of course, a man's going to be attracted to you, especially black men. All men love femininity in women. You're a feminine looking woman. So, of course. Now, other dudes, I mean, you got to understand, if we're talking about other guys, why Hispanic dudes, why white dudes, why Asian dudes uh, don't hit on you, because they don't got any game. That's basically what it is. See, black men, we don't have anything to lose, so we're always going to shoot our shots. And you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. Other dudes, they're, you know, not as, this is just my opinion, they're just not as forthcoming and forthright. Remember, we black men have to deal with black women, or interact with black women, and we have to have our game on tight. It's got to be tight, or else we won't even get play from our own women. So, of course, our mouthpiece, our mouth game got to be on point. Our presentation has to be on point, and other women appreciate that. Like I said, Sue, you would do very well to find you a brother. You know what I'm saying? A brother like me. You know what I'm saying? Someone upwardly mobile, you know, a good sense of self, attractive, whatever features you like. I mean, there's brothers out here for everyone. And I think that's the problem in the black community, but that's maybe a whole different subject. So yeah, that's why I think brothers are hitting on you and other dudes don't. Brothers go for all their shots and other dudes don't. They're just kind of, they feel like, I guess you should be the one, I don't know, giving them signals. And maybe you do be giving signals, but they're just not, I don't know, not man enough. That's basically it. That's basically it. Let me see here. Let's look at this. All right. Next question. What will we do if Trump wins in 2020? Where's the future of America going? How can we get Obama back? I miss him every day. Yo, wildin'. You're wildin'. You're wildin'. I would only answer these questions because this is before the panel, so I'll be nice, but definitely not the topic. What will we do if Trump wins 2020? Well, I'll be honest with you. Donald Trump is going to win another 4 years. That's what's going to happen, right? It's inevitable. So just be prepared for it, as much as you can. Make sure you got your small businesses going, and make sure you got multiple alternative revenue streams, multiple streams of income. All right, where's the future of America going? Future of America, automation is going to be big. Automation is projected to displace a lot of workers, especially women, because there's more women in the workforce, of course, but women, and just low skilled, low wage work, and even some mid tier level computer processing in companies in corporate America. And in, maybe even public sectors. So, yeah, America is definitely going through some changes. With automation and, we are projected to still have that recession in spring. So we'll have to see what happens with that, slipping back into a recession. But I'll be honest with you, I think we've been in a perpetual recession since 2006? Since 2006. It's not all bad. If America can, stay out of conflicts and focus on, being in the forefront of a lot of technologies. Regulation is good when it comes to business. It is to some extent, but definitely lowering the obstacles for people to become business owners. And I would say the future of America, if they get the whole reparations thing right, that'll be great for America in general. Definitely. But it's hard to say, there's definitely multiple powers at work, and that's what we're seeing. That is what we're seeing. Let's see. Who's checking the system that shame educated lames out of the community? And maybe that's a good question. I may have to bring that up from the Facebook page that I'm looking at. Let's see here. Oh, how can we get Obama back? Obama ain't coming back. No way. We won't be getting Obama back. And honestly, I mean, Obama may have been good for everyone else. Barack Obama was not good for black folks in general and specifically. So I don't really want Obama back. He was pushing the envelope in definitely the wrong direction, and I miss him every day. He did have swag. I'll give him that. Barack Obama did have some swagger to him. Your man had swag, swaggy. Let me see here. Hey, I wonder where everyone's at. Where is everyone at? Do guys prefer long? Oh, she went somewhere. Do guys prefer long or short hair? I guess it depends on the guy. Real talk. Um, I honestly, it depends on the chick. It definitely depends on the woman because some women look better with long hair, but driving and tuning in, hey, yeah, hey, just let me know. We got Angie in the building. If you want to get on, Angie, I'll send you the link to get on if you want. We'll answer some of these questions together, but definitely focus on driving. Um, I mean, there's some sisters or some women that short hair, that little pixie cut, the little Holly Berry cut, the little that cut that looks good on some women. Even the Amber Rose bald head fade, that looks good. It really just depends on the woman. The woman makes the hairstyle. There's some women that look good with anything you put on their head, and there's some women that they feel like they got big ass foreheads, so they go with the bangs look or something to cover that, like Rihanna. So that's one of those situations. So I think it depends on the gentleman, really. They like that. Let's see, and oh, it looks like we got Smooth Joe trying to come back. I can't hear you, Smooth. I can't hear you, Smooth. Hey,
Oh,
we got Smooth.
hey,
Hey, man. Man, you still got the work shirt
yeah,
on, huh? Can you hear me?
hmm?
You hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me, brother?
I learned how to work this thing.
Can you hear me, though? That's the question. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see here. Having a little technical difficulties from my dude here. I'm gonna mute him, and then I'm gonna unmute him. Hold on. Let's try. Let's try this. Hello, can anyone hear me? Okay, so they can hear me. So I don't think I don't think Smooth can hear me. Smooth, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Smooth?
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Man, what you been? You got me over here thinking I got the whole setup wrong, man. What you doing? Man? You tripping, man?
No, you got it right. It's my end.
Oh, okay, okay, Smooth. Well, hey, I'm glad you came on, man. I was trying to get a couple more people on. A couple people have yet to come on, which is strange. A couple sisters, but it is all good because what we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do is there was already, if you see in the chat, there was already a couple questions. But as you see, the title reads, "Why won't brothers check other brothers for going in on sisters?" That's the question. Now, just off of that, off
Mm.
rip, you know, there's so many different ways that you can kind of like dissect that. But what do you think, man? Like, what do you think of that title? Do you think that's just honestly?
I would say a lot of dudes been probably hurt, and maybe people are tired of being attacked by the other side.
Mhm. Okay, okay. Now, when you say attacked by the other side, what do you mean?
Like females attacking dudes for certain actions they did, or attacking dudes that had nothing to do with their past relationship with other guys, and vice versa.
Right. No, I think I would tend to agree with that, man. Because I think what we're seeing is um I think we're seeing backlash. I think for a long time, like you said, brothers have kind of been they've kind of been shitted on. And a lot of brothers ain't taking it anymore. They just not they're not taking it anymore. It's one of those strange situations. Before, gentlemen used to be like, "How dare you talk ill of this
Mm-hmm.
person? How dare you?" But
Yeah.
we've had a lot of whether we saw from our moms, our grandmas, our aunties, our cousins, our sisters. We know how our women act. So if a brother says something about a woman and it's true, but it doesn't sound good, should other brothers jump on him to keep him from saying that? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
would
that's
say
crazy.
we should talk about it before we should talk about it first before we put it out there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you're saying it should be a private conversation first, or only? Is that how the system might feel?
Yeah.
Okay,
Have a conversation with dudes only about it a little bit first, or
okay. Well, what if the situation happens where dude has been kind of talking to his lady in private, and she just ain't doing anything about it? Or, people are, should a man have to check a woman, or should women check other women? You know what I'm saying?
it's gonna be have to be both. And at the moment, I would say it would be more acceptable for women to do it.
Right. But what we're seeing is the same thing that they are uh, upset about men not
Uh
checking
huh.
other men. They're not checking other women's behavior. I mean, look at we got the Lizzo thing that just happened.
Thank you. All right.
We got the Lizzo thing, and who's checking Lizzo? I've seen a couple talk to a couple sisters that talk and say that what she did was kind of out of pocket, this and that, and That's true.
Yeah.
But at large, it's kind of like let her do her, let her live her life. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. My brother say, man, she shouldn't be looking out like that. Why
She,
you
hey,
hate?
she can do certain things, but I'd be like, first of all, Lizzo, you got family, right?
Right.
They'd be like, well, maybe this family would all get in and do a performance like that. And
Exactly.
I ain't like that. Just because that's my cousin don't mean I act that way. So it's like
Yo, exactly.
people in the same category. It's like that's that person. It might be family, but not everybody in that family will act that way. But that's just the world nowadays. Is just throw everybody in a category so that we can keep what making money off them, using them, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, you make a powerful point, and that's exactly what it's like. You know, it's and that's the question. And see, we had a sister on right now to kind of like talk about that. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I don't know if you got another shirt on. Maybe cover that heart up a little bit, you know. But there you go. Can you still hear me?
I'm at work right now.
There we go. That's better. That's better. Anonymity,
uh,
anonymity. But yeah, but yeah, no, eh, that's the situation. So I honestly, I think I do think men and women should check one another. I don't think it should be either or
mhm.
because basically what we're doing is we're living in a situation where women should be checking women, but they're not. And then when a man sees that women aren't checking women and then they try to check women, the women say, "You're not a woman. You don't live my life. And who are you to check me?" So, you know, it's like being a parent and then your other parent isn't helping you reinforce what you're trying to teach your child and they undermine you. Y'all got
Yeah,
to be on the same accord. And I don't think we're seeing that at all. Yeah. I don't think we're
I,
seeing that at all.
true, true. There's a lot of people be like, oh, this and that, and be like, well, dang, ain't y'all supposed to be kind of cool? What makes you think you can just, I don't know, people just nowadays think they can just turn on people really. That's not how it should be.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with you. And then that kind of leads to I literally wrote down all of the questions because my friend wanted me to do a panel um, and kind of discuss because she was worried about a couple things. Unfortunately, she can't be here to kind of read out exactly what her grievances were, but I wrote them down. She had said she said there are different levels of hate that brothers have for black women. The first one was the colorist hate. She's saying that colorism, black men practice colorism upon other black women, and that
That
you know,
sucks though.
I'm assuming. Wait, say that again. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Like that sucks because with what Trina she when he was talking about the lady from like Queen and Slim, like her, like some of
Right.
her, it was just like so she was saying black people were saying like, oh, you cute for a dark skinned girl, and I was just like,
Ah,
what? Saying stuff like that, and I'm like, well, maybe people from Jamaica might like, well, maybe not, just some people that are on that bleach their skin to be lighter, like people like that probably would say that. But then I was
that's
just
that
like,
crazy shit.
what the
Yeah.
heck? I'd be like, who the heck you was around? You say that.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's all reinforced white supremacy. I'll just be
Yeah,
honest. But yeah, no, believe it or not, that's further down this list that I got. But yeah, the whole colorism thing. She was saying
I
that,
think
you know,
I
go
got I
ahead.
got me a very high yellow lady right now. To tell you the truth, my favorite
skin tone on a woman is really dark.
Really? See, now
Yeah.
how are y'all ladies? You listening? You listening to this? How are you ladies gonna say that brothers don't like um dark skinned women? See, because really the colorism argument, it's all
Mm.
brothers choosing anything but really dark, and that's offending people. But
Have you ever talked to like one of your older family members and they talked about maybe like somebody in their family was treated a little bit differently because it was darker than some race?
I think all black folks have gone through that, have someone in their families. I haven't personally. I don't
Nope.
really on my dad's side and my mom's side. Well, my dad's side, there's some dark folk, but my mom's side, I don't really remember anyone super, super dark. But like my brother is dark. I guess you can call him dark skinned, but we're about the same complexion. But he's a little darker in the face, you know. Um,
Hmm.
and my brother will tell you, well, my brother, he has children. He loves them dark. You know what I'm saying? I like
Yeah.
dark women. You like dark women, right? And it's
Yep.
not I don't think it's uh, a compensation thing because sometimes we'll see light women with dark dudes, and then dark dudes with light women. It's not. I don't think it's out of the whole compensating. Like if you're the lighter person, you want a really dark person to make you feel blacker. I don't think it's any of that at large.
Some people. Well, if you choose like that, that
Yeah,
relationship may crumble.
you think
When you
so?
have a, you, you know, like it. Some can when you choose that way, but when like you just you meet somebody, you get to know them. I mean, most people do have a preference, but when you go out your way to just get that person, like
Right.
if it was natural, like you just like them
Yeah,
darker
like you
people.
have a natural attraction to dark people, dark skinned women, or a natural attraction to dark skinned men. Not you, but just vice versa for women and then for men. Yeah. So no, I could see that. So no, I think that's kind of bullshit. I think the whole colorism thing, I think that's more of black women putting that pressure on other black women versus brothers, saying,
Like
"Oh, she."
yeah, there's a somewhere where people reinforce like being light is better. You get there have been like groups that would treat people who are lighter skinned better, so then that gets passed on. You hear people saying what their family would say, like marry somebody lighter, like what the the Afro Latina lady.
Allegra Del Mar, Amara Del
Yeah,
Negra.
I don't
As soon as you said it, I
hey
knew
like if
exactly
I would
who.
say it more often, I would have it. But like
Yeah,
she talked about her past experience, I was like, I could see something like that really happening. Because I mean, shoot, we know who's in control and we see how they treat people.
right. But I would think that's a little different because she's Dominican, and God bless the Dominican. I love Dominicans, but I mean, she's fine as hell. Like that is a beautiful woman. I'd wife it up
Yep.
in a second. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a
That's right.
whole. You're cute for a dark chick or you're cute for a light chick. Men are attracted to beauty, point blank. That's
Yep.
it. Doesn't matter what shade it is. And yeah, Amara Negra, man, I mean, I don't mean to fanboy over here, but I mean, baby is stacked. Looked like
Man,
she was dipped in chocolate and just, oof. But anyway, I get your
yeah, she was
point.
like a diamond. You got like refined, and then they dipped it in chocolate, let it
Yep,
marinate it, and then bling.
exactly, bro. I'm telling you. So, but you know what? You are with your chick. Y'all seem very happy. And
Yep.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you're going to say that you settled for a light chick. I think you actually found a chick that works with you, your program, and makes you feel good, and you make her feel good, and that's really all that matters.
That's right.
Amen. Hey man, we got another question from the chat. Well, actually, we got two. The first question, I'll put it on the screen. Okay, it says, "Okay, I have a question. I got some friends who put here lying to men saying they're doctors and they're just looking for rich guys." Let me see here. Okay, I have a question. I got some friends who out here lying to men saying they're doctors.
Okay, so they're trying to say like I'm okay. They're trying to make themselves look good by giving them like
Yeah,
a profession that looks look real good on your record so that you can get because guys that are what you would say making that money and knows the difference between a lady that's up and who's down.
exactly.
She just trying to come up and it's like, well, you got to first prove yourself a little bit before you can get a guy like that.
Exactly. You know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like, well,
Gold.
basically what you're saying is yes. Yes, exactly. But not even that. Like, even that's become permissible in this culture. Remember when gold digging used to be like frowned upon, but now it's like get that bag, bitch. Shit like that.
Yeah, because it's always the outside pushing for the negatives, just like when with the hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying with this particular situation. You're showing that um, basically, here's the thing: if you're a woman and you're trying to date a doctor, it depends on who the doctor is. If you have to lie, or sorry, if you're trying to date a rich man, if you've got to lie to say that you're a doctor so you can get a rich man, then you don't recommend. That's my take.
That's not good when you gotta lie. And then it's like, what's the point of keeping this relationship when part of it start on a lie because
Yeah,
you're not coming in putting what you have on the table.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's not even an aspect of a rich man isn't looking for a doctor to marry. They're looking for someone that's fine. Like the whole point of a rich man's got everything he needs except the chick on his arm. So he's gonna want the best looking chick. He's gonna want the chick that's down for him, that's gonna ride for him. He doesn't want a liar. So if you're not able to bag a rich guy, then like you said, Smooth, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta gain more skills. You gotta show that you are not. You gotta show a rich man that you are an asset and not a bill. If you want to get one.
Yep.
And right now, we just have whether you're white, black, Hispanic, whoever. If you're a woman that isn't, you know, you know, doesn't really have anything going for her that makes separates her from the next woman, then you got to build some skills. All right, she says she's back, and then the next question was, um, they're not really doctors. Yeah, we know they're not really doctors. That's the point. Instead of lying, they need to just get their shit together. Basically.
Because basically they can walk into a guy that got hit together, got money. She could just be working at a grocery store, something that's kind of on the low end. But if he likes her and start talking to her and get to know her, things could work out for her.
Exactly.
And then she could become a stay-at-home mom and really do her part, or something else.
Exactly.
Not
And
now
there
that
ain't nothing wrong with
she
that.
might have more opportunities to do other stuff.
Exactly. Live a more fulfilled life than waking up going to a 9 to 5 every day, you know?
True.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question. I'll let you answer this one. The question was, what should we do about these white girls who never went through anything in life and they just go for the first job they find?
What?
Yeah.
White girls?
Yeah, this is advice, I guess. This is what they have
You
questions
have to
about.
start somewhere and work your way up, or get. I don't.
Right.
What do we do about?
What should we do about these white girls who never went through anything in life? Well, that's the
Y'all
point.
white girls
Yeah,
running,
that's the point. What I think what she's trying to say,
trying to.
and she's being very clear. She's like, "Yo, so I work my ass off, quote unquote."
Oh, okay. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, I think she's saying she works her ass off, and other women like her work her ass off. But these white girls just skate through life. They get the best of everything without trying. They don't have to put any skin in the game or any work. What should we do about them?
Start making businesses and opportunities for ourselves so that we can give black girls opportunities like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's that. I would say that is good. Because this is the thing: the white
So if
woman is the
everybody would,
most.
yeah, if
Oh,
people in our
go ahead.
community would support each other, and we can start giving each other like opportunities.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because we can't look at someone else to give us a job and then expect us to get the best of what they're giving to everyone. Because if they're gonna, there's always going to be a bias. There's always going to be a preference, and that white girl's going to get it. White women are the most protected class of women in this country. Nothing, there, no, nothing's going to happen to white women, right? The
Hmm.
society's built to protect them. So, of course, they're never going to have to go through anything in life. So, with that being said, in that type of situation,
Some do,
um,
some don't.
we can't be worried about what they doing. Like you said, smooth, and which is brilliant.
Hmm.
We got to create opportunities for ourselves. Let them worry about us. We don't need to be worried about them. Oh, sorry. This is this is the second part of the question. And then they act like they did all these cool things, but really their parents just paying for stuff for them forever. That's the real. Hey, that's the real shit. That's real. That's real.
Hmm.
Who's going in?
Some of them don't have to work because they got connections and family that can help them out.
Right. Very true. Very, very true. They got everything handed to them. How do we deal with bullies on the internet? All right, you got this one.
Hmm. Sure, you can block them. That's one easy way.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's a simple, easy answer. Just block them. Yeah. But
And
wait,
then
does that work? Like, what about those kids that commit suicide in high school and stuff like that? Like, they can't just block them, or can they?
they you kind of can on a lot of different social media. You can block people, but to take it like I don't know, man. To just take it so you take it so to heart that you think you can't go on. I mean, shoot. I mean, that was. I feel like the parent was being too nice to the kid, and I mean, we grew up with getting picked on and stuff, and you learn to toughen up.
Right. Yeah, a lot of it's just toughening up, but yeah, at least back then the bullying stopped when you got home. But now the bullying never stops, so that's kind of different.
Oh, okay, that getting from school and on the internet.
Yeah, like
Well,
remember, like you at least when you got home, you had about 16 hours before you had to see that bully again. But now, like
hmm,
you said, if you're not blocked or other people create like false pages and start sending you stuff and trolling you and I mean, I can see how that could be crazy. That's different. Mm. Oh, well, I don't know if you want this next one, Josh, but Uh, what do we do about guys who are creeping and watching porn at work? Uh,
He has to be punished for that because I mean he should have his own room at least to watch
right.
that. But if he's with a if he's with a lady, got a girlfriend, married, he shouldn't be watching that. That's disrespectful to her.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was. It was funny. I was just reminding me of this video I saw where this guy was watching porn on the subway, and there was no one sitting next to him, so he thought he was good. But it was at night, so the the screen reflected on the window behind him.
Very bad choice.
Very exactly.
People try to do stuff in cars. I mean,
That's crazy.
do that in cars because they can see you.
Right, at least get the tints, nigga. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Get the tints. So yeah, those people at work, they should be demoted. Definitely lose their job. Now, here's one thing: you shouldn't be demoted or lose your job if you were watching porn at home and then fell asleep and then got to work and then realized you were going to check something on the internet and realized it was on a porn site. You should quickly get off that site, but you shouldn't be messed up for that. But if you're intentionally watching porn at work, first of all, get to work. Right.
The agreement was you was going to work.
Exactly. For 8 hours for this wage.
Yeah.
And if you just got to watch porn at work, which I would never suggest, go to the bathroom and don't be on company Wi-Fi. I mean, just don't do it.
Well, you shouldn't be. Well, if you got to work, you shouldn't let that occupy your time. You gotta know when you. I mean, you can't just be doing stuff willy nilly because it's like that's not cool. It's not rules, the code, the guidelines to follow.
Well,
I mean, like if you're gonna jack off, go to a place you can jack off at.
Well, that's what they go to the bathroom. That's the thing. They go to the handicap. Trust, I've seen this. I mean, not seen it, but I know of it. You can go to the bathroom. You can go to the bathroom. And you just hear a motherfucker breathing hard. Now, it could be because there's a gym on campus and they're changing clothes, but I doubt it. Niggas breathing all hard in the stalls next to you. Like, yeah, he must be taking a big crap. Yeah. You taking a crap all right. You taking a crap all right. But yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, she's expounding on it. He pulled out a laptop and watched it at work while whole clients were around, and he had his hand in his pants in the parking lot at a Catholic institution and got no punishment. What the fuck? Well, hold on.
He didn't get no punishment. Something ain't right.
Hold on. No, actually, think about it. He was at a Catholic institution. They freaky, bro. I'm Catholics, man. Come on, man. We know the deal.
They be having them locked up tight.
Not only that, they be messing with the kids and shit. Like Catholics be doing some weird sexual stuff. So that's I can actually see that happening.
He probably was watching some weird porn.
Probably. I mean, why would you do it at a church? Do you have any decorum? How do we get justice? Okay. Well, if you ever see him do it again, I would say take a video of him. I know it sounds weird, but if you ever catch,
you gotta keep putting that information out so people can't turn away from it.
Right. So I would say record them and be like, okay, so I got you recorded doing this. Don't ever do this again. If I find that you did this again, I'm reporting you to the police and providing evidence. And that is
true. You gotta straight up report them on the first try. Because they'll do it again.
Do? Oh.
Well, you gotta probably report them until you get the evidence. reported it out and stuff. You can't just let that slide.
You don't think so?
That's
Because
why the other stuff nowadays.
that's a real that'll destroy someone's life. Sex offender, uh,
Mm-hmm.
that'll destroy your life. So that's why I was saying maybe tell them, nah, don't do it again, or I'll report you, because that's life changing. Of course, they shouldn't be doing it anywhere where they can get called by the police, but you know, I don't. I mean, yeah, I guess
It's
you.
a rampant out here because there's guys. I just left, like I left from work, and when I leave out from work, I go by this park that's close by the school.
Yeah.
I come around the corner. There's this guy up against the gate, outside of the park, but on this gate. I'm like, this dude literally is peeing right there. I
What?
said, "What?" Yeah, he's like peeing right there. I see him. You can see him through the gate. I drive right behind. I'm like, God damn, he could have went across the street because there's
Right.
like a lot of old houses around there, and a couple of houses been like removed. So there's like a he could have went to a empty lot and found some bushes he could have peed in, but he was like dead out in the open. I was like, you better lucky no cops are driving by.
Exactly. Now, see that anywhere near children, uh, no, get them out of
Mm-hmm.
here. Get them out of here.
There's school, the park, and then my job is just a little bit ways over from it. I'm like, damn, he could have easily went off somewhere else.
Right. Right. And see that I don't have any sort of, um, I don't have any sort of, you know what I'm saying? I don't rock with that. That's crazy. Um,
Oh, he did more stuff too?
yeah, I guess. Yeah, he said, "Look, I'm mad because he did other things too. He got away with no punishment, and he's very poor personal hygiene. You could smell that shit from miles away. I seen a guy pass out from the smell." Okay, I gotta know.
Okay, who is he
Is this a
connected
white
to?
guy? Yeah, like yes. That's why I asked. Is he a white guy? Because the only people that can get away with that are either producers, people that like produce a lot, and you're like, oh man, we can't. This guy can do whatever the fuck he wants, or you're right, like he knows the boss or something. Like, who is this guy?
Like the boss's son or something.
For real, you
Like the
got a
boss's trying to
restraining
help
order?
his son like move up in the world, and it's like his son is just no.
She
He's a
said,
loser, Dad. You got to give up on
right? Yeah, exactly.
him.
Some people that become manager before you, and you be like, what? I'm way more competent than this guy.
Oh, that's like on Bad Bosses.
What's that? What's up with bad bosses?
My favorite
Yeah.
movie. It was like three guys. They had like a boss. Like two of them had terrible bosses. There's one he had a good boss, but he died, and his shitty ass son became the boss. It was
Huh.
like something like that. It
Wait,
was a
was that a
movie.
movie? Oh yeah, horrible bosses too. Yeah, I know what you.
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah, I got a little crazy on that one. I was like, dang.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, that's kind of what happens. And I've under a good authority that the gentleman was white. So I mean, there you go. There you go. Um, and that kind of reminds me of the video that I made a couple months back, called "No Mistakes from the Cradle to the Grave." Other folks get multiple opportunities to do things. Black folks don't, right? So we got to be very careful and mindful for everything we do. All I could say, Sue, is, in this type of situation, um, they have carte blanche. Just make sure you're on your job so no one says, oh, you smell like this or you smell like that. Or people try to say you're incompetent. Unfortunately, we have to defend against that. This guy is gross, man. Oh my gosh. This guy looks like a human hamster. That's what I would imagine anyway. Oh, I think Josh dropped off. But I think he was eating dinner anyway, so that's cool. You just listen. And that is why you don't sit around people. I mean, if you want justice, maybe, or if you want to give this guy a pack of gum, yeesh. That's strange. Oh, hey, but yeah, no. So I mean, that was strange. That was a different situation, whole different situation.
Okay.
Uh, Sorry if you're eating. My bad, dog. If you want to come back after you got done eating, that's fine.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, no. Enjoy your dinner.
All
Well,
right. Thanks.
I'll be on. I'll be on. You can come back anytime
Okay.
you want. All right,
Cool.
cool. All right. So he's gonna go eat. Let him eat. Let him do his thing. But yeah, in that type of situation, there's so much you can do about that. I wouldn't even worry. Don't trip. That's just that. Um, let's see here. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. They offered this man gum, and he said, "Nah, I'm good." And that's when you say, "Nah, you're not." You might have to be the one to let him know that he is not. He is. He's not who he thinks he is. He ain't rocking it like he thinks he is. That's all I would say. That's what I'm thinking. Homie said, "Nah, I'm good." But yeah, let's get back on track. Um, so they were saying colorism was the reason that uh, there's different levels of hate that black men have for black women due to colorism. That black men are colorists, and I'm like, maybe some of them are, maybe more than a few of them are. But I'll be honest, men are simple. We don't really care what color you are, as long as you got the assets that we like and you're chill and cool to be with. I mean, there's nothing wrong. That's that. And then the other one was interesting: a pure disdain for women, saying that black men have a pure disdain for women. Where? How does a black man have pure disdain for a woman? I think if there's any disdain for that a black man has for his woman, it's no more or no greater than the disdain a white or Hispanic or Asian person has for their women when their women act up, when their women are uncooperative or unruly or that tries to emasculate them. I don't think that's any different than what anyone else would have. So I don't tend to agree that black men have a disdain for their women. I would argue that black women have a disdain for their own men. And there's probably more data to back that up in situational examples than the former. I mean, than the opposite. Um, Let me see here. The fair points. So they were saying that it's hypocritical that black men all group black women together thinking it's okay, but when white people group all black people together, it's terrible. I don't think you can compare the two, because when white people do it, it's racism. I'm Racism and prejudice. When black people do it, it's because we know you. We know the things you do. We don't have to speculate we there's certain things we like and certain things we don't like, and vice versa. So I think if anyone has a right to criticize, it is the men that deal with you on the most consistent basis. And in that case, it would be brothers. Give it up for Smooth. Shout out to Smooth. He's been great. But yeah, that's what that would be. Uh, and again, I'll probably, unless someone wants to like challenge me on that, we're not gonna actually gonna go into that. Like I said, I think it's the other way around. I don't think there's a level of hypocrisy there. Let's see here. Um, let's see. We do this. Smiling faces sometimes don't tell the truth. Smiling faces sometimes don't tell the truth. Hey, they don't tell the truth. All right, but yeah. So let me see. Hi, thanks, Smooth. Other people in this too. All right, so yeah, there's that. I was just sending out more notifications. Here we go. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Let's turn into something else. What should we do about girls who are posting pics on dating apps of them like 10 years ago, pics not recent, that here catfishing men? I'm not even, you know what? I'm not even worried about the pics. What scares me are these filters. These filters be turning uh, gargoyles into princesses. These filters be turning trolls into um, fairies. You know, these filters are just like, oh, I'm not going to wear makeup today. Let me just do this. It totally accentuates the beautiful features in women. And I, trust me, I get why they do it. But it's a trip, man. I've seen, they will catfish you. They will catfish you. You know, you think you're chilling with someone, you think they look all good. They got a unibrow, droopy eyes, all that. I don't trust these filters. Now you can't even FaceTime a chick. You FaceTime a chick. They have filters now, so I mean you're screwed. I don't think it's cool. See, at least for the guy, we're guys. I mean, we're not catfishing. There's no way a guy can catfish you. It's just like we are who we are. But a good rule of thumb, if they only got one pick, they're probably a guy. And girls take multiple selfies a day, so why using Obi? Exactly. And you know what it is. I mean, a lot of the chicks, they may let themselves go. So the older pics, make them feel better. A lot of times, as good as they look or as good as we see them, they don't necessarily see themselves looking that good or the way we see them. So that probably has a lot to do with it. Because yeah, you're right. They do take multiple selfies a day. It's absolutely right. Let's see. Um, Black people, the hypocrisy of the individual versus the monolith. And what about stereotypes? Hmm. Well, hold on, I'll answer your question. Or no, it's a statement. These filters people hiding their true selves behind. Yeah, they do. They do. And that's why I don't like filters. Like I had a friend, she would wear nothing but filters, right? Nothing. Every single pic she sent me was a filter. And I got to the point where I told her, no more filters. No filters. None of that. Um, and anytime she did wear a filter, I would call her out on it. And that's, you kind of have to do that because they got to see their natural beauty and they got to accept that like you accept that. So anytime I get a pic from her and it doesn't have a filter, I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to reinforce. I reinforce natural beauty over everything. And honestly, if you're a 10 without makeup, or if you're a 6 or 7 without makeup, that's pretty good. Because when you put that makeup on, you're going to definitely be over a 10. So, focus on that natural beauty. Everything else will come with that. Let's see. One of my white friends, she put like 10 filters on a pic before posting on Instagram, and it looked so bad. Every pic got like an orange overlay over it. See, I knew there was something going on. But here's the thing, you got to remember this with your white friends. Your white friends, they're going to. Okay. I'm gonna put you on some game. I'm gonna put you on some game, right? And this is for y'all that are with me, sticking with me. Put you on some game. White women, Caucasian women. It depends on the area, but in general, white women age terribly. They do. They look good. They look young, just like everyone else from the normal ages of like, puberty to like, I don't know, 25. Let's say 25, 26, maybe even 28, maybe even 30. Soon as they hit 30, soon as they hit 28, and in some cases it's earlier than that, they rapid excuse me, they rapidly start aging in the face. And it only deteriorates more and more as they get older, to the point where you look at them, at 50 and they're all wrinkled up and they look like they're 60 or 70 at 50. And I think they just age terribly. And I definitely think that's due to a lack of melanin. Melanin is that it's that perpetual cream, you know. For example, um, you have the next worst aging is okay. So white women, let's say, age the worst. Then you have, I want to say, it's either Asian, East Asian, like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, like those type of Asians. They look young. That's the thing. They definitely carry their youthfulness a long way. So they could be like 40 and look like 28 or something, or 50 and look like 30. So they do really good longevity wise. But as soon as they hit like 50, 60, 70, they rapidly age. That baby face is gone, and it turns into they be looking stretched. They look real stretched. So I want you to notice that, but I also want you to look at a Taiwanese or a Thai person or a Filipino. Now, those are Asians with a lot more melanin in them, at least that we see, and they don't age nearly as bad. In fact, they're somewhat a lot closer to sister level of how they keep their youth and how they look good. So you see the effect of melanin just within different Asian ethnicities. That melanin protects the skin, protects the youthfulness, and you look better for longer versus your non or low melanated skin patterns. So you got white, you've got Asian, like Japanese, Chinese, Korean, blah, blah, blah. Then you have, I would say, maybe like Indians. Like, I haven't seen even the Arab women, they don't look that bad when they get older. But then again, I don't really see them too much, so I wouldn't know. Um, I would say right below black, not below, but right under black. I use a synonym. Right underneath black, I would say Hispanic and Latinas. But that one gets a caveat too, because like I said, if they're light skinned Hispanic, then they're going to age terribly. And one of the interesting things about Latino women is their bodies stay younger for longer. The first thing to age is their face. So you can have like a bad Latina chick that's like 40 and her body on point. Her body's on point. She maybe had a couple kids, but that ass is out there. I mean, the tits still popping. I mean, they get a little boxy after a few of them, but for the most part, Latina women, their body be aging well. Like it'd be looking like it's Photoshop. You see that really kind of older looking head and wrinkled up face, but the body just be looking youthful and good. And I'm going in, but yeah. So that's what I look at. And then you've of course got black women. Black women age the best, hands down. Whether they're, but even if you see a light skin, if you see a stone faced light skin chick, she's gonna age pretty bad. You know, it just depends. Um, but some of them age very good. But in general, black women, body wise, face wise, everything age the best. And isn't that interesting? Black women are under the most amount of stress, and usually stress ages you, but the melanin protects you and has you looking well. Can you imagine what sisters would look like if they didn't have all that stress? They'd be looking like looking 30 at 60 forever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, black women age the best. It's just hands down. It's what it is. As long as they take care of themselves. And that's the big caveat. If you take care of yourself, you're going to look attractive the older you get. If you stop drinking pop now, drink water, it's going to be a huge effect on you when you get older. You know, if you eat better now, it's going to translate to now looking like a bone daddy at 60. You know what I'm saying? And being functional too. So yeah, that was a long answer to that. Let's see here. Your next question was, I got another thing. Listen to this guy, friend, like he knows he's in the friend zone, or maybe he doesn't clearly. But basically, he was asking me to hang out like multiple times a week, and I was busy. But now he said he wanted to tell me 8 months later he was mad I didn't invite him to your birthday. Damn. But now he's been texting every day saying, hi, let's hang out, but I'm not interested. How do I let him down easy? Lol, he needs to stop. Okay. I'm going to say this, ladies, and listen to me when I say this. We will be okay. Men are used to being heard no. Tell him from jump, this shouldn't have gone on for 8 months. If you weren't interested in him in the beginning, if you weren't offering him sex or anything in the beginning and you're just not into him, let him know. Because what's going to happen is once you let him know you're not into him, or you're not he's not your type or whatever, just be honest with dudes. Let him know what a dude's going to do. He's going to stop talking to you. He's going to cut you off. And that's fine because you don't like him. So you shouldn't need anything from him. You shouldn't need any attention. You shouldn't need to talk to him. None of that. Let him know what the deal is. Let him cut you off because guys we don't waste time like that, and go on with your day. This could have been handled 8 months ago. I want you to let him know right now. Do this right now while we're on this live. Text him and say, hey, I'm not interested at all, and I would like you to stop texting me. Thank you. And then block him. All right? You don't need to have any sort of further conversation with him. Text that and then block him. If you don't block him, then he's going to be like, why? What's up? Or he's going to call you bitch, whatever. Again, if you don't like him, you shouldn't care what he says or what he calls you. If you don't want to block him, let him say his piece if you want. Don't respond to him, okay? And he will eventually stop texting you. Otherwise, you can block him. So there you go. That's how you handle that. Guys, it's nice to let guys down easy, but if he should be able to take the hint. If a chick's not trying to chill with you, then she's not interested or she's busy. And that's when you put it on her to, get things popping with the relationship or situation. If she doesn't, she doesn't, don't waste your time. She's going to get that attention from someone else. So don't waste your time. But that's what I would do. So that's what I would do. And that's just real, you know. That's real. That is all I would do. Because what's the sense in prolonging that, you know? Because one thing that women should and brothers need to know this too. She may not want to have sex with you or be with you, but she does want your attention and your non-sexual companionship. And you got to decide, is that something you want to give her? If it is your male companionship tied to her physical companionship with you, if it is, let her know that. Be like, yo, I like you. If you're not into me, cool. But if it's not going anywhere, if I'm not going to be able to hit or whatever, then let's stop talking. Dudes, don't feel bad. Just didn't work out. That's all you got to say yourself. That's all you got to tell yourself. And if someone asks you, you want to answer, it just didn't work out. She wasn't about it. But stop hanging on. Don't be a beta male orbiter. That's what it is. Do not be a beta male orbiter. Yeah, I'm always going to tell you the right thing. At least try to. But yeah, don't orbit around a chick. And, I think it would be good, if chicks, but that's the problem. When someone doesn't like you, you know it. But, ladies, if you're not going to give him none, don't expect to get his companionship for free. Nothing's free. Now, if you want to break bread for his friendship, I'm sure he'll take that. But for the most part, yeah. Let's see the next question. What kind of goals should I make for 2020? I've been drinking more water and I got new sneakers. She funny, man. I love you. I love you, Sue. What kind of goals? Now, these goals that I'm about to say, this is for anyone and everyone, man or woman or child, or maybe just man or woman. One of the goals that you should be making, along with drinking more water, getting sneakers, eating more organic foods. Organic raw vegetables are a great source. Maybe invest in a juicer. And switching over from regular rice to cauliflower rice will be a great substitute instead of pasta, because we know y'all love eating pasta. Switch that over to zucchini noodles or squash noodles, or even sweet potato noodles or beet noodles. You can find all those at your Sprout or your Sam's Club has them, or your Earth Fairs. I would make those switches. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, just kind of substitute a few things. So food wise, those would be my substitutions. Also, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not a financial analyst. Just let me put that disclaimer. Supplements wise, sea moss and burdock root. Definitely, those should be two things that you should be taking at least once a week. Iodine, the correct iodine, not like the iodine that they have in the science room at your high school or middle school. I'm talking like molecular iodine, because we don't get that in our food much anymore. The most iodine we get is from salt, or if you eat like sea vegetables, those have iodine in them as well, like kelp and seaweed and stuff. So maybe add that. Wheatgrass, black seed oil, that's great to add to your diet. So just eating better, taking better care of yourself is a good goal. Seeing a way if there's any of your skills that you can monetize for 2020. That's going to be very big. Because like I said, with automation coming, you're going to see a lot of people losing jobs. With the recession coming, you're going to see a lot of people losing jobs, and a lot of people are going to be out of the workplace. They're going to be displaced. So at this time, you should be growing and gaining skills. Let's say, one of your skills is, I don't know, sewing. Maybe get into crochet or sewing and making clothing. Sell those clothing or those crochet items on an Etsy store. Make some money. Number one goal should be alternative revenue streams. You should have at least one. You need at least three, in all honesty. Three ways in which you're making money other than your job. Money coming in other than your main job. So alternative revenue streams by way of services or stores would be good. Making things, selling things. Get used to making money outside of your job. And I'm not talking premium Snapchats. I'm not talking about hooking. I'm talking about actually providing a credible service that you can monetize. That's going to help you get through the recession and the rest of the year. So financially, we check that. Health-wise, we check that. Spiritually, okay? Spiritually, we got to be very careful because 2020, I don't believe in all the astrology and stuff. They say we're in the age of Aquarius and great changes are coming to the universe, the cosmos, and to you, right? So I don't believe in all that, but I do think 2020 is a good year to mark a lot of the changes we need to make spiritually. I see a lot of people want to down religion, whether it's Christianity. Usually they are really only, down Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Taoism, Buddhism. It's funny. They never get mad at any other religion really, but Christianity. I think that's something to do with Jesus, but I digress. Spiritually, we need to become more attuned. So if you're a Christian, that means getting back into your Bible and before reading your Bible, opening up, praying for comprehension and understanding of the word and absorbing that. I would say the same thing would work if you read the Quran or the Torah or other, if you Judaism or other ancient books or of your religion. Pray for understanding and comprehension before opening these books, and then you'll be in a better position to have spiritual armor, spiritual awareness. I know a lot of people don't like to go to churches or the house of worship or pray, but that's going to definitely be heavy in 2020. You're going to need to do that. Why do I got to pray? Why I got to do that? Well, because you're going to need that spiritual armor, because there are forces at work here. This isn't a lie. This isn't an outlandish statement to make. There are literally forces out there set up to make you fail, set up to make you doubt yourself, set up to make you hate yourself, set up to make you depressed. And the best way to combat those is to pray. Wear that spiritual armor. Be good to other people. Have the right and honest intentions. And that'll just make everything better. Have a positive mindset. Whatever you put out into the world. Let's see. What if you don't? Whatever you put out into the world, that's what you're going to get back. That's a good question, Alyssa. That's a real good question. What if you don't have religion? I would say the last part still applies to you. Because even if you don't have religion, you can still be spiritual. And I would think a good secular, quote unquote, I don't want to say religion, but a good secular practice is, if you've ever heard of the book, The Secret, the whole positive thinking and putting out what you want into the universe and having it echoed back to you and multiplied. The principles in The Secret are for people that don't subscribe to religion, and they actually work. Yeah, they actually work. So The Secret works, but I will be honest with you, Alyssa, the reason why The Secret works is because the principles are based off of Christian principles and other religious principles. Basically, all The Secret is is taking the religion out of uh, religion. Hopefully that makes sense. Basically, the whole idea of meditating, um, positive affirmations, putting out positive vibes and good feelings in the universe. Um, that's basically the same thing as if you went to a church and you prayed, um, and did other sort of things. It's the same thing, and that's why the principles work in the secret, because they're based off of religious principles that do work. So if I was a secular person, that's what I would get involved in. And I found that out like when I was in college. I was experimenting with different other religions, and I was born a Christian, born a Christian. I grew up Christian, and I started entertaining other religions, and I found the secret. And I'm like, wow, this works. But as I delved deeper into the secret, I realized that a lot of the tenets were in Christianity. It's stuff that I've known ever since I was a kid, but it was presented in a way that it could reach other people that weren't Christian. So, yep, definitely check out The Secret. You'll love it. Uh, it'll definitely put you on the right path. Sue Shiny's letting you know, oh my God, I love The Secret. I got 3 books. It's the Law of Attraction. Yeah, the Law of Attraction, it's pretty lit. It works. They have a movie on it if you don't like reading. Yeah, I think there's a Netflix documentary or movie about it. So you can check on there. But yeah, the book's pretty good itself. So that's what I would do. Good questions. Good questions. Okay. All right. No, we got a couple more. So what kind? All right. What kind of bio sticks out to you on dating apps? How to get more likes as a girl? Okay. So this is actually going to be really interesting and easy. For a guy, a bio that sticks out to a guy when we're looking at women on the app and stuff like that. Um, really just a pretty face, a pretty face, and a very chill chick. Sometimes I read bios that say, food is a weight in my heart. I love pets. I'm chill. Like to watch Netflix, or, like to go out traveling, stuff like that. A guy can tell a lot about a woman by her profile. That's the whole purpose. But he can tell kind of the vibe that she's throwing to him. So if you see a profile that says, uh, starts off, giving demands, guy's going to stay away from that. Now, again, if the chick's fine, he may still message her. He may still swipe right on her. But for the most part, guys want to just hang out with chicks. And again, beautiful and hot, that's all subjective. So um, you don't have to show your tits, but maybe wear your butt, or you don't have to wear anything too revealing, but just make sure your shape is being shown or accentuated within clothes. Guys are into that. And then, of course, if they find someone that has similar values or similar or interests, like, oh man, I love anime. So if you see that on a profile and you're someone that loves anime or manga, boom, instant in. Gives you something to talk about other than, oh, how you doing? What you doing today? Where you at? WYD. All that lame, that lame shit, basically. That makes you just scroll right past because it's unoriginal. And then how to get more likes as a girl, it just depends what type of attention do you want. If you want genuine interest, literally just be yourself, like I said, wear clothes that accentuate your form, but you don't have to hoe out, and just be cool and maybe respond to messages. That's all you got to do. Um, you know, or you could take the route of wearing revealing clothing if that's the type of energy that you want around you. If you want dudes hitting you up like, damn, ma, you thick as fuck. man, fuck with me, stuff like that. Fuck with me, stuff like that. Then you wear those type of clothes and you give off that type of energy. But if you want more guys to take you out on dates and stuff like that, just be yourself. We're not complicated. Let's see here. We'll go to the next question. How we get a guy to add foreplay to the menu? They out here skipping it. Okay. So let's see. All right. So, well, I'll answer the foreplay question. No, I'll answer the second part, and then we'll get to foreplay. So your question was, your addendum was, my bio says the turkey shit, the only thing getting stuffed this Thanksgiving. Oh, the turkey isn't the only thing getting stuffed this Thanksgiving. See, now that's funny. That's funny. I like that. That's funny. My bio says the turkey ain't the only thing getting stuffed. See, guys like that. That's gonna make a guy chuckle. That's gonna make a guy message you. Because it's like it's playful, it's inviting, and it's like, okay, maybe I've got a shot, and let's see what's up with her. She's not so uptight. That's what that says to a guy. And what if you don't have a bio? Is your face enough? Definitely. If you are on point, yeah, your face is enough. You don't really have, and honestly, most dudes don't read bios. Now, if you're coming across a sapiosexual, someone like myself, where intelligence is attractive, then yeah, they'll read the bio. But most guys, yeah, it's that 2 to 3 seconds between the left or right swipe, the face has got to capture. So if you look good, of course, your face will be enough. All right. Let me go back to this. How do we get a guy to add foreplay to the menu out here? We're skipping it. Well, that's an interesting question. Honestly, and again, anything I'm saying is just from my experience, opinion. Find a guy that likes to give foreplay. That's kind of what it is. You're not going to really turn a guy that doesn't like going down on you to go down on you. Like, he can if he really likes you, but it's not something he enjoys. Let me tell you something. If you're not with a guy that enjoys or seeks to actively go down on you, then you need a different guy. I'll just be honest with you, because you don't want anyone down there that is not literally enjoying themselves dining on you. If they're not in it, if they're not, super slopped up, just enthralled, enamored by it, the very thought of doing it is just, makes them go crazy. If they're not into it like that, then don't waste your time. Get someone that does like that won't skip it until that part is done, and then do that. But getting a guy that doesn't really necessarily do it or hadn't had to do it in the past to get on board doing it, only way that's going to happen is if you like add some of those fruit flavors or something down there. Like, make it interesting. If there's some fruit flavors or sex gels or stuff that you can get that aren't going to mess up your pH too bad and cause you any yeast infections, that could work. Make it enticing for the guy. Okay. What do we do if guys just never reply? Hit them up. Quite honestly, most guys, I'll tell you, on these dating apps, chicks really rarely ever hit the guy up. So, yeah. And, most guys think that they're like one of 10 guys, but really they're one of like 50 to 100 guys that hit the girl up. Most guys don't understand the true competition that they're in, and that really they send their message and a chick may not get to it for a week just because she has that many messages. So if you like a certain guy, if you want a certain guy to hit you up, hit him up. Let him know you're interested. And I guarantee you'll get a lot farther and get a way better response from that guy moving forward. if you let them know that you're interested, because most guys appreciate that. We're not mind readers. Damn, you thick for a little mom. Yeah, yeah, that's a compliment, baby. That's damn, you thick for a little mama. Yeah, Alyssa's right. Alyssa's like, uh Alyssa, she's funny. Sounds like you need a new man. Exactly. Alyssa knows if it ain't going down like that, then it ain't going down like that. Find you a guy that loves doing it. Just being real. And honestly, like I said, you can't do wrong. Is just okay. Let's see here. I'm not even trying to get my P8. Okay. Well, if you're not trying to get your P8, then you should be fine. Because most guys don't really like doing that. So you should be fine. But if you're talking about you know, some finger or some blah blah blah, some other type of foreplay, then yeah, just maybe do it together. Make it like a competition. Be like, hey, let's see who can, please each other first. Get that 69 on. That's one way of getting foreplay in, and it'll save you a whole bunch of time. You gotta outthink the person. Is head just enough? Depends on the person. I will tell you, head is interesting because there's some days that a man only, and I assume women only want head. There's some days we don't got time for sex, we don't got enough energy for sex, but we would like some head. Head is enough temporarily. I qualify that statement. Temporarily, it's enough. Head, but head will always eventually lead to sex. Now, if it's a situation where y'all have made an understanding that, hey, we're just going to be giving each other head from now on or for the foreseeable future, cool. A guy already knows what he's getting with you, just like a chick already knows what she's getting with you. Now, here's the problem. Head is a appetizer and sex is the main meal. If you keep getting into a situation where you're giving head or getting head, eventually they're going to get sick of having appetizers. Or, and I want to say even worse, this person will use you exclusively for head. And then as soon as you guys get done, he ain't going to want to chill or she ain't going to want to chill. She's calling someone else to go ahead and finish the job. Or he's going over to someone else's house to get his fix, to get the sex. So it just depends on who and what the relationship is and how you want it to go. If you're cool with just head, be fine with the dude getting up immediately afterwards, go ahead and smashing someone else. And fellas, if you're cool, if you just want to give head, she's gonna be smashing some other dude. She's gonna be shooing you out of the house because another dude coming. That's just how it is. Otherwise, if y'all cool with just head, that's fine. It could definitely work, but eventually there's gonna be a need for more. Good question though. What kind of things are guys looking for? Like we got the 3 6s for guys: 6-pack, 6 foot, 6 figures. Okay, you know what? That actually sounds reasonable. I mean, the way you put it out. What are guys looking for out of women? All right, so I'm going to give you 2 scenarios. I'm going to give you what I think. No, I'm going to give you the general scenario of what guys are looking for, and then I'll give you my where I fall on it, just personally. Um, Men are looking for femininity, um, competence, and beauty. Femininity, competence, and beauty. Yeah, I imagine that there was something like this that women had, the three sixes, but I never actually heard anyone actually say it. So I'm glad that this has actually been confirmed. The three sixes do exist. So men are looking for femininity, competence, and beauty. FCB. That's what men are looking for. We don't care if you got a college degree. That means nothing to us. A college degree is not going to get my, it's not, would not get the normal man's uh, penis hard. We don't give a damn. And hopefully this doesn't upset anybody. We don't care if you have a degree. We don't care if you got a master's. We don't care if you got a bachelor's. None of that matters to a guy. Doesn't. Um, Competence. What do I mean by that? We want to know you can handle things by yourself, but we also want to know. Well, sorry, let me go to femininity. Femininity is number one. Femininity is the feeling that a woman gives a man that makes a man care about the woman, fall in love with the woman, want to love, cherish, and take care of a woman. Wants that makes a man want to protect a woman. A woman's got to be feminine. You know, if she's strong and independent and acts like she doesn't need you, that's a turnoff for a guy. You know, again, we don't want women. Oh, I can't do anything for myself. Like I said, we want competence is number two. But for number one, we want a woman. We don't want a woman that acts like a man. We want a woman that is okay and is into her feminine. It's hard to say what feminine is and what it isn't, but men know it when they see it. If you put two women, if you did one of those police lineups and put five women in a row side by side and ask which one is the most feminine, or rate the most feminine from 1 to 5, guys will be able to do it that way because it's more of a vibe. It's not just physical, or it's not just visual, but it's auditive. It's the way she talks to you, the way she touches your arm, the way she looks at you, the way she walks, the way she uh, thinks about things, or just that's what's important. Femininity. 6 foot. Yeah, I've heard that women don't want any guys short. And it's interesting. A lot of girls have different ideas of what short is. If it's not 6 foot, women will call you short. But really, the average height for a man is 5'9". So if the average height for a man is 5'9", then to be short, you would have to be 5'8" or below. So any guy over 5'9", I would consider tall, right? But each woman has their different parameter for that. What's interesting is whether a woman is short or tall herself, she's always going to want a tall guy for the most part, because there's a domination factor to that, but that's a whole different thing. The second thing, like I said, the men want is competence. We want to know that you can handle things by yourself, that if we need, let's say you marry someone that's in the military, we want to know that you can handle things at home. We want to know that you can handle things where you're at. We want to know if we're out making money, trying to take care of you or give you the option to stay home or work. We want to know you can handle that. We want to know, we just want to be able to know that you're secure with or without us. You know, competent. We don't want we don't want dumb chicks. That's just be honest. We don't want them dumb. Like I said, we don't care about your what degrees you have, but you got to at least be competent. We don't want a yes chick. We don't want that. We just want a competent woman that's, sure of herself. And if she's not, then that's fine. That's something we could work on. And then the last one for the guys was beauty. Men are visual. We're not auditory. So what we see makes us attracted. We're attracted to curves. Most men are attracted to curves. Depends on the man. So those are the three things that guys are really into. That's what I would say. Maybe I'll leave what I think to myself. Let's go to the other questions. Everyone needs a full meal. I agree. I never heard that before. Me neither. Yes, you are a full meal, not just a snack. I'm upset at this. I am the 2% of the population who has a doctorate, so a guy will not care if the girl did not complete high school. Yeah, that's real. I'm sorry about that, but that's absolutely correct. You are in 2% of the population. You personally have you are in the upper echelon. So if you were a guy, you could probably have any chick you want, or you could have access to some real high grade chicks. But as a woman, no, we don't give a fuck. And that's not to belittle you. You did what you wanted to do. You did what you had to do, and that's fine. But that's not going to have any bearing. And we won't allow that to be an excuse as to why food's not cooked, house isn't cleaned, none of that. One thing women should understand if they're pursuing careers is that's fine. Um, we want you to do that, but we also want you to take care of home too. Like, and if you can't do both, we'd much rather have you not work and take care of home than working. So yeah. How tall am I? I am 5'11", so I am not short. Um, but even if I was, it's all about the confidence. But yeah, no, I'm 5'11". What if you're not good at flirting? It's straightforward, good too. Well, that's the thing, and that kind of has to talk about the femininity thing. A feminine woman would. There are different types of flirting. So if you're a feminine woman, you're kind of a master, or at least have knowledge of the different levels of flirting. There's verbal flirting, where you're actually saying something that's coming off as flirtatious, but there's also different other types of flirting. I mean, like I said, you could be talking to the guy, and then you can put your hand on his hand or hand on his arm when you're addressing him, where you're talking to him, looking him in his eyes, smiling. Those are good. That alone, I know that sounds simple. That alone is flirting to a guy. So I think you can be straightforward and say, I like you, or you can be more subtle and flirt like that. Flirting doesn't just have to be verbal, it can be also physical. Um, so there are definitely different ways to get around that. But yeah, you could be straightforward. Um, that'll take some guys back, but a lot of guys will appreciate that. I know I would. Good question. One time I got catfished. The guy was shorter than me, and I'm 5'2". Man, that's one thing. That's funny. That's one thing I have found out. That's one thing I have heard. Um, that's one thing I have heard. Uh, if you guys want to come on the panel, let me know. I'll send you guys the link. Um, if you guys want to, but because you guys got some good questions. You say one time I got catfished and the guy was shorter than me and I'm 5'2". That is a pretty short dude, and the way he took his pictures must have been top notch. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. He knew better than that. Maybe ask the height. Tips on flirting. So I did give you. I'm gonna give you tips on flirting. Like I said, um, it doesn't have to be verbal. It can be physical. Smile. I'm not saying laugh at all of his jokes or anything. Just smile. Be attentive. Let him know that you're actually interested in what you guys are doing or what you guys are saying. Provide input. Give thoughts on it, and just be yourself. I mean, women don't have to do too much of anything. They can literally just sit there, and random men, strangers will come up and talk to them and try to get their attention. Women don't really need to flirt. Now, a woman does need to know how to seduce. And that is a level of flirting that is a level of flirting. That's like next level flirt. That's like one look saying like a whole paragraph. Seduction is a lost art today. But if you learn how to seduce or be seductive, that'll take that'll take you a long way. So that would be my tip. Just be yourself. Or I can't take care of home. I'm gonna be alone forever. um, well, here's the good thing. We're humans and we can learn things. So if you don't know how to take care of home, it's okay. Actually, it's not okay. Your parents should have taught you. And if you weren't raised by your parents, whoever you were with, raised by, should have taught you how to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, shame on them. They've made you ill-equipped to to get the best possible mate that you want, best possible man that you want. But it's all right. We have the solution. There's a this YouTuber on here called Nicole Inner Beauty Movement. She's like a femininity coach, and she has ideas and stuff that are really good. I would say look at her channel. Um, Man, I wish I had some mods in here. Um, but for the most part, just you can learn that as long as you can cook, clean, and keep things together, organized, you'll be fine. Know how to, transfer money, write a check. These are simple things. Remember, it's if the guy buys a house, it's the woman that makes it a home with her small little touches. Some things only women can do. Women know how to really put their little style on things and make it wonderful. Women are really good innovators. So I think you can take care of home. You just got to work at it. And obviously, if you're with a guy that makes you feel good, makes you feel a certain way, makes you feel, he'll bring out the feminine in you. He'll bring out that feminine energy. And before you know it, you're doing all the things that you thought you couldn't do or that you don't want to do because you love that person and you feel for that person so much. So I believe you can do it. You won't be alone. I'm sitting on the couch. I am sitting on the couch in my boxers playing Xbox. That's funny. Yeah. Someone tell me what do y'all like? What do y'all like about men's clothing in general? You like wearing our shirts, you like stealing our hoodies, and you like our underwear. What's up with that? I need to know. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Alyssa. She said, I'm having spaghetti tonight for dinner. What are you having? Real talk. I actually already had, I was treated to a very late lunch, early dinner at Red Robin. They had this burger called the Ranchero. It was on point. Had some of that with the lime water. If I get hungry later, I'm going to open my organic seeded globe grapes. I'm going to eat those. I bought like 2 packs because what I want to do this week, I want to fast, be on a grape fast. And I definitely think I'll be able to do it. I bought some grapes from Sam's Club. I may buy another pack tomorrow on my way home from work. But literally, I'm just going to bring that whole container into work. And I'll just be eating on that all day. I need to buy some more iodine, molecular iodine, and I'll have to take some of that black seed oil. But those 3 things, and some water, yeah, I'll be good. And I might actually start the grape fast tonight. So if I'm hungry for anything else, I'll have the grapes. Other than that, I will be having nothing. What is your take on this whole keto fad? I had a waffle today and spat it out. It was so nasty. So keto, I've actually tried keto before, and keto actually works. It's one of the few fad diets, quote unquote, that isn't actually a fad. Well, it isn't actually like temporary. Like if you follow the tenets of keto, you're going to lose weight. And when you're doing keto the right way, and again, the right way is like, uh, I don't know, for some people, depends on their mass, under 50 grams of carbs a day will put you in the keto um, state. Keto it takes about anywhere from 3 days to a week to get in ketosis, where your body burns all the carbs that you've eaten, and then slowly changes your body from a sugar-based metabolism to a fat metabolism. Again, the fat metabolism is what all natural humans and babies are born with. In animals, for the most part, all living things are usually on a fat metabolism when they're born, um, for the most part, because processed sugar is a relatively new invention in the course of human history. Otherwise, there were places where there was no like sugar. If you were in the Caribbean, or places where they had sugar cane, of course you had sugar, but you weren't eating goo gobs of it. It wasn't marketed like that. But for most people, the most sweet that they got was from, fruits or honey. That's how they would sweeten up their food. But anyway, when you're a keto, your body goes from a sugar metabolism and you go through a sugar withdrawal and a carb withdrawal, which is sometimes called the keto flu. But once you get past day 3, you feel a lot better. You got a lot more energy. Inflammation leaves your body. You don't pee as much as you think you would because your body's actually using everything. So you got to try to drink a gallon of water a day. Most people can't do it, but you just try. Drink a gallon of water a day, and that's it. Um, and then just eat you have certain macros based off your weight, and you eat just raw vegetables. You can eat cooked vegetables, but just to be safe, you can do raw vegetables and protein. That's it. No carbs, no cereal, no oatmeal, no fruit. There's very few fruits you can actually eat on keto because most everything is a carb unless it's meat or fat. So you eat more avocado, you'll eat more olive oil, you eat more, meat or protein, and then you'll eat a lot of leafy green vegetables. That's it. And you can have coffee, no sugar. You can have cream in it if you want. You have tea, and that's it. Nothing sugary. And your body will stay in a fat metabolism. And what will happen is your body will start eating the fat deposits that are in your body. Thus, you start losing weight. But the good thing about losing weight with keto is your body's skin elasticity comes back. So you see some people that lose a lot of weight and they have all the excess skin. If you do it via keto, you'll have less excess skin. Your body will retain its skin elasticity, and you'll look less, I guess, less gross, for a lack of a better term. But there may still be some skin hanging, and some people get surgery to get that taken care of, or they just live with it. But hey, at least they've lost weight. You can probably expect to lose, depending on the person, 2 to 3, maybe 2 to 4 pounds a week on keto. If you follow the keto and intermittent fast, that's the thing. You got to fast and you got to do intermittent fasting and keto to lose 2 to 3 pounds a week doing nothing. That means you don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to work out, nothing. Your basal metabolic rate of burning fat doing nothing will go up to like 200, 300%. So you won't have to work out. You won't have to go to the gym. You won't have to do anything. You can just stay under the keto guidelines and drink water. And yeah, you'll lose 2 to 3 pounds a week. Multiply that by 6 months, you're losing a lot of weight without really even trying. But, yeah, you do get cravings of wanting bread. Fuck, you would die for a piece of toast, a cookie, some rice, oatmeal. It would even look good to you. But it's all about how bad you want it, So, yeah. People that make keto waffles and stuff, I would say just don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat keto pizza. Don't eat unless you make it yourself. Don't eat a keto waffle. Don't eat keto snacks or cookies. Um, you know, pork rinds are good. You can have those. Chicharron. You can have those. But if you eat plantains, I'm sorry, you can't do it. Nothing starchy. Because the moment you have carbs that have that, carbs turn immediately into sugar and it will knock you out of your fat metabolism into your sugar metabolism. And then ketosis will stop, and then you got to have all the carbs burned out of your body before you can get back in ketosis again. So it actually punishes you for going off the wagon because you got to start all over again. So it is a good thing to build discipline because the longer you go, the effects continue to multiply. You feel better. Your brain becomes smarter. If you have any fatty livers or, high cholesterol stuff, your body literally eats all that, makes your veins all clear, makes your brain work better, makes you more, you boost your libido. It pretty much just triggers body regeneration throughout your whole body. So yeah, it's good. Again, sorry, super long answer. How often do you guys go live? Um, I don't know. Like, it depends. If there's like a topic that someone asks me to go over or do, I'll either make a video or I'll do a live stream. So it really just depends on the situation. I thought the topic of why won't black men um, check other black men who go in on sisters was a good topic. Um, Someone asked me to do it, but I see that, I couldn't get anyone really on the panel. Appreciate Smooth for coming through. So maybe we'll have to do this topic again. But yeah, if you guys have any requests on videos or lives, I'm willing to do them because this is what Real Talk Real People is all about. It's about being able to say what you want, say how you feel, not being judged by it, and telling what really matters. We hear on the TV all these different politicians, all these other people just projecting, spewing out all these different things they care about. But who took the time to listen to you and figure out what you care about? That's what this is about. And you'll be surprised. A lot of people care about the same things you care about. And you were just brave enough to say it. So, yeah. That is the answer. You know, the whole Real Talk Real People thing. I remember when I first started this. This is my second go around because they deleted. I had a lot more subscribers before I got purged because I was talking about some very controversial topics, but there was a lot of truth to them. Then they purged my channel. Lost 5 years worth of work. Wasn't sure if I was going to come back, but I did it because I do this for y'all. I do it for me. This is like therapy for me. So, yeah, maybe I should be more consistent. Maybe I should have a designated live date where I just do live, build that consistency. I wonder, should I do it on Sundays? What would be a good live date? Maybe Sunday or Saturday. Should I do a Saturday morning show or should I do a late night Saturday show? Or a morning Sunday show or a midday Sunday show? I don't know. I'm going to have to come up with a schedule because that would be helpful. But sometimes I don't know what to even talk about. I think I'm definitely going to change the title of this one. I'm going to definitely change the title. I think I'm going to change the title to, uh, I don't know. I don't know. But definitely change the title. Maybe I'll chop it up too. Like separate this from the other stuff. You guys got any questions? Give me some more questions. Or what do you guys want to know about? Later in the day? Okay. Later in the day. Okay. Like, okay. So maybe I'll do a 5 o'clock, 5 ish. Yeah, maybe 5 o'clock or 5 ish. Don't forget to hit the bell, like, comment, share, hit the bell notification so you guys get the uh, little jingle when I go live. Yeah, maybe I should make it around like 4 or 5 on Saturday or Sunday. I think that would be good, and then I could be on for an hour or a couple hours or so, however long it takes me. Good idea. I dig it. I asked all of mine. We'll tune in next time too. Hey, that works for me. And like I said, if you ever want on the panel, like I'll send you the link. We can talk. I can make you a panelist, and we can discuss some of these things. Maybe I'll even make you a mod too. Um, but yeah, but you had some good questions though. Let's see. So maybe I'll leave those questions alone. Uh, well, this would be a different topic. No, no, no. Maybe I won't do that one. I don't know. What's okay? What sounds interesting? I'm gonna say a couple topics. You let me know what sounds interesting. Uh, you made me pull out the phone. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, I got one for you guys. Um, do you guys? And this was asked earlier. Do you think Trump is going to win 4 more years? And do you want to? Yes or no? That wah. Who knows, man? I think, honestly, I think, yeah, I think he's going to win. He's going to win. I think this whole thing has made him stronger. And like I said, the Democrats don't want to, they don't want anyone on their ticket that they can't control. So the people that probably could beat him, I don't think they're going to make it. So he better not. So that's a no. Yeah, no, I think he's going to do it. Like I said, because here was the problem. A lot of people don't realize this was the problem with the impeachment. They went ahead and impeached Donald Trump. However, they did it in a nonpartisan. They did it in a nonpartisan way, or in a partisan way, meaning it was the Democrats had the agenda to impeach the president since the jump, and they couldn't get Republicans on board with doing so. If you're going to impeach a president, you got to have both sides willing to do it. Because if you don't, then what's going to happen is what's happening now. You have the Democrats that have impeached him in the House, but then they have to go to the Senate for a trial, and they feel that they're not going to get a quote unquote unbiased trial for the president. And of course, they're not, because the Republicans control the House, the Senate. So what's going to happen is the president's going to get acquitted of it, and it'll be like it never happened. So technically, he'll still be impeached, but he's still able to run for president, and he's still able to become president. And then if he becomes the president, it won't matter if he was impeached or not the first term, or they're going to try to impeach him the second term on something different. They kind of blew their load. The Democrats blew their load without having Republicans in on it as well, or independents. Because they did that, they actually doomed themselves. And that's why he's going to win again. Because when the Senate acquits him, first thing Trump's going to say, now you saw that they tried to impeach me. And they did. They did try to impeach me. And they did impeach me. But here's the thing. I'm still president, baby. This is exactly. You know how petty he's gonna be when he wins re-election? I guarantee you that speech is gonna be one of the most wildest speeches a president's ever given. So they wanted to impeach me, and they did. But guess where I am? I'm right back here, working for America, making America great again. Now I'm definitely building that wall. Blah blah blah. People are gonna go crazy. People are going to go crazy because the Democrats have wrote themselves into a corner, and that's why you see that Nancy Pelosi, and the Democrats haven't sent the articles of impeachment to the Senate yet, so the trial could start. They're just holding them because they know they kind of fucked up, and that's why they're holding on to them. They don't want to send articles of impeachment to the Senate because then the Senate can start working towards, the Republican Senate can undermining everything and, making the trial what it is. So they're kind of in a standstill. So what they did was kind of like a symbolic victory for them, but it's not going to make any difference because they don't have a Democratic candidate strong enough to beat Trump fair and square. And that's why they tried to impeach him. So that's kind of the reality of that. People too uneducated. I agree. I definitely agree. I do think a lot of people and that's what's crazy because I was talking to someone and they were saying black folks will vote for Joe Biden. And I'm like, what? I said, why would any black person vote for Joe Biden? And he broke it down to me. He said, these people don't care. I'm like, what do you mean? Joe Biden was the author of the 1993, or co-author of the 1993 crimes bill that had disproportionately put a huge amount of black men in jail for petty crimes or other crimes. It totally decimated the black community. And Joe Biden signed that or was the co-author of that. Joe Biden also said to black folks, I'll be damned if I have to pay reparations for something that my ancestor or great-grandfather did or great-great-grandfather did. This is the same guy that said all these things, that said that the Republicans want y'all back in chains. This is the same guy. And when this person said black people will vote for Joe Biden, I'm like, with all that being said, why would black folks vote for him? But Alyssa, you're right. People are too uneducated. People will vote for Joe. Black folks will vote for Joe Biden because Joe Biden says, "Well, I was the vice president to Barack Obama, and if Barack Obama could forgive me for that, then why can't y'all?" Or if you ask them, "Why would you vote for Joe Biden?" and highlight those different things that would make Joe Biden ineligible for the black vote, they'd be like, "Well, Obama made him his vice president. Don't you think Obama knew that, all that stuff?" And that's the thing. Uneducated voters sometimes do more harm than help, but everyone has the right to vote. So they just need to educate themselves. But it's shit like that, you know, that's kind of like it's moronic. But I mean, I guess people could say the same thing about Trump. I mean, just a disproportionate of number of white women voted for Donald Trump the first time, and they're still going to vote for Donald Trump the second time. And the question was, we all thought he was done with the whole grab him by the pussy thing. You guys remember that? It was like 2 or 3 months before general election, and you got the Billy Bush tape of Trump saying, "And I moved on her like a bitch, and I grab him by the pussy, and then they purr like kittens." That's what he said. We all thought he was done. No way. White women said, "No, we're keeping this guy." And they voted. They took all that shit and said, "Hey, we don't support Trump at all in public, but in the voting booth, they showed exactly who they supported." And then when it came out, the breakdown of who voted which way, they were stunned to find that white women voted for Trump disproportionately. They were surprised to find out that Trump had a huge amount of the Hispanic vote. Now, how is that possible? He campaigned on building the wall. Now, not all Hispanics are Mexican, but a lot of Hispanics that were coming through the border weren't just Mexican. They were Honduran. They were from Central America. They were, whoever else was coming from that side. They were African immigrants. There were a whole bunch of other people coming from there. But Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. So, yeah, people need to be informed, or else you're going to have a repeat. Why aren't people who need to vote not going out to vote? Why aren't the people who need to vote not going out to vote? Uh, why aren't people who need to vote not going out to vote? Well, there's voter suppression. But generally speaking, the way it breaks out is older folks tend to vote, younger people, millennials in our generation, and not just millennials, but people of our age group don't vote. We have a lot of political things to say, but we don't actually vote because we kind of see the system for what it is. So we're disillusioned. And that's why, as people or our age group, we don't vote like we should. But if we did, we're going to be the biggest. We're going to be the biggest group of people. We can really make some changes if we got together and voted. So why aren't people voting? Voter fatigue, no faith in the system that it will change anything, or voter suppression. Those are reasons. Nothing going to get him out. Sad face. Yeah, yeah. It's if they could have made the impeachment stick or actually work, then yeah, that would have got him out. But Democrats shouldn't have went at it the way they did. They did it without confirming that they had any Republican votes to get him out. So yeah, I mean, The only way he's going to be able to get out is if the Democrats run a credible person that can beat him. Because what's Trump going to say? The economy's doing better. I've gotten you guys jobs. I made the barriers to investing and entry lower. I shut down. I'm the number one president that shut down the most pedophile rings in history. Um, I've launched internal or international investigations into a whole bunch of stuff. He has a few feathers that he can on his cap that he can talk about. But the Democrats need to run a good candidate. Now, I'm not going to tell anyone who to vote for, but the only candidates that I think that can beat him, people think Joe Biden can beat Trump. I don't think Joe Biden can beat Trump. I think the person that has the best shot at beating Trump is Tulsi Gabbard. And I know what a lot of you guys say, a woman? Yes, Tulsi Gabbard was she's a soldier. She was in the military. She knows what it's like being over there in war. She's got her head kind of on straight. And if you watch her Joe Rogan interview, she's like real cool. Like you can tell like she's not like establishment. And I think that's what people definitely like the outsiders. That's why people are voting for Trump, because he's an outsider. So Tulsi seems sort of like a outsider from the Democrats, because they don't really want her to win. They don't want her to really run. They want either Bernie to win, Joe Biden to win, or Elizabeth Warren to win. That's who they want. They don't want Andrew Yang, or they don't want Tulsi Gabbard or anything like that. Shit, they don't even want Cory Booker, but they'd rather have Cory Booker over Tulsi Gabbard or Andrew Yang. I think Andrew. I don't think Andrew Yang has a good chance of winning, because people are racist, and they're like, "Yo, we're not going to let a Chinese guy be president," even though he is not Chinese. I think he's Taiwanese, and like, or they don't even like Chinese like that, or some. I don't think he's Tibetan or anything like that, but he's certainly not Chinese. But people are only going to look at him like that because they're ignorant, and they're going to think, well, China's our number one trade risk, or the coming up world power. Why would we want a Chinese president? Ignorant shit like that. So I don't think he's going to win, although I do like some of the ideas that he has. So I think Tulsi Gabbard is the only one that can unseat him, but they won't. They just want her to die off. I got black friends that voted for Trump. she dash. You can say Trump. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why black folks like Trump. It's not as crazy as people think. You got to understand what Trump stands for and what black folks historically have stood for, right? People think black folks only vote Democrat, and a large amount do, but black women tend to vote Democrat. But we've kind of seen what the Democrats have done to us, and the lack of what they've done for us, for our vote over the past, 100 years or so. They've not done anything for us. They've only kind of set us back, tried to make us complacent, and, try to keep wealth out of our hands, really. So Democrats, so I could see black folks voting for Trump, and I think you're going to have, they say 15% of black folks or something, black men voted for Trump. I think you're going to see that jump up to around 30 to 40%. Well, maybe not 40, about 30. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to about 30 to 35, maybe even 40% that actually vote for Trump. Now, you're saying, why are black people voting for Trump? That makes no sense. Trump's a racist, blah, 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 blah. Listen, what does Trump talk about? Trump is unapologetic. he's an asshole. We'll all give him that. He's not a very nice person. However, he shoots straight. He talks a lot of shit. He does talk shit, but he shoots straight, and you know exactly where he's coming from. You know what he stands for. He's not hiding anything. He's not being two-faced. If he doesn't like you, he tells you to your face, I don't like you. And black folks can appreciate that. See, for so long, black folks have dealt with politicians that are two-faced and say that they're going to do things for us and never do anything for us. Trump's the first one to say, I ain't doing nothing for y'all. Y'all know y'all ain't got nothing coming from me. And we can appreciate that because what that did was allow black folks to get off their, laurels and start making it happen for themselves. That's important. See, the Democrats want to keep black folks on welfare, food stamps, all that other shit. They want to keep them dependent on the government. If they keep them dependent on the government, then they know that they can lock in the black vote for the foreseeable future. And Republicans don't want to do that. If Republicans had it their way, they wouldn't admit any blacks. But blacks tend to become, blacks are actually some of the most conservative, based, valued people we have in the country. At large, we don't really deal and rock with homosexuality. We don't. We're not really into the whole LGBT thing. In general, we just don't rock with that. Trump doesn't rock with that. Now, Trump's an opportunist. And of course, if you had gays for Trump, he would do things for him. And I honestly believe that Trump would do things for black folks if black folks had asked him and not just been, fuck Trump. But with criminal justice reform done that helps predominantly black folks, it's really basically for black folks. That was a good thing. Getting reduced sentences for people that shouldn't even been in jail for these small petty crimes that shit. There's people in jail right now for shit that's not even illegal anymore. No one should be in jail for that. That's crazy, right? So you got black folks. Again, most black folks don't want anything given to them. We just want the ability to go out and get it. Pretty much get out of our way. Don't put obstacles in our way. We'll get it ourselves. We don't need you to give us anything. And that's Trump's mentality. And we can appreciate that. Trump wants to cut, welfare and all those other different things. Black folks can appreciate that, Sometimes you need to push to get out of the whole, mindset. So I could definitely see blacks voting for Trump. A lot of the values black folks have, Trump has those same values or does some of those sort of same things. It's, I guess, the devil is better than the devil you don't know, so to speak. So Trump brought white supremacists and racists out of their hiding place so we could see who they are. And black folks needed that because until then, they were working in shadows under the hoods. We want to see what y'all look like under the hood so we can whoop y'all ass and know who to stay away from and we'll know who not to trust. So, yeah, some blacks are going to vote for Trump because, literally, what do we got to lose? Trump deported friends and he threw paper towels at Hispanics. Yeah, like I say, he's an asshole. I'll never defend that. That guy he's wild as fuck, and he's definitely petty. But we got to remember who deported more people. Barack Obama deported more people, and not just over his whole tenure as presidency, but at the same point in time that Trump is at in his presidency, Barack Obama's deported way more. Now, we are detaining, I think, more people because of the detention centers. And maybe that has something to do with the less deportations. I don't know. I got to look at the numbers. But yeah, Trump's breaking up families, sending people back. But you got to understand, see, this is an angle that I don't think people understand, and you guys may already understand this. If not, this may be the first time you heard this. Black folks benefit from harsher immigration. I'll just be honest with you. The least immigrants that are in the country, the more opportunities there are for actual African Americans. And really, you only have to look at history to understand that. So, honestly, black folks shouldn't really, there's no benefit for black folks to ride with Hispanics to stop immigration or anything or be against Trump on the basis of immigration, because really, immigration doesn't do anything to strengthen or help the black position. So, yeah, we do know some people that were deported, but in the long term and in the interest of black people, we're one of the only non-immigrants that are actually black people are only non-immigrants here besides Native Americans. And you can argue black folks are Native Americans. So we are indigenous. So we don't really have a dog in this race. But, you know, I come to be aware that there's a song on SoundCloud called Mr. Trump. Are you sure you're not undercover Trump supporter? No, I'm not an undercover Trump supporter. It was funny. That song was made before he became president. And I thought it was funny because there was a rally where they said Hispanics for Trump. And this Hispanic lady, like you hear at the beginning of the song, she's like, "We love Donald Trump. Mr. Trump, we love Mr. Trump. We love you." And I thought it was the most oxymoronic thing I've ever heard. Come to find out, a couple months later, Trump became president. And now we're at the point again where he's going to run again and likely win. And I thought it was appropriate to put the song back out. Because, yeah, Hispanics voted for Trump and they're going to vote for Trump again. Even with all these deportations, he's going to get the vote. I don't know why. I don't know. Talk about voting against your own self-interest. But, again, not every immigrant, not every Hispanic is Mexican. So maybe they don't care. But yeah. You know me. I got my I majored. I got my bachelor's in political science. So I'm all over this. I'm an independent, and I look at both sides independently, unbiasedly, as much as possible. I see both of the slants, and that's why I look at those situations for what they are. I mean, shoot, I don't want Trump to win, but who's going to beat him? And I can tell you why it's going to be hard to beat him. And I can also tell you the good things that he's done. See, one thing people have to do, they got to be honest. If someone does something good, if a bad person does one good thing, does that no longer mean that person is bad because they did one good thing? Of course not. But you do take that into consideration. Just like if a good person does one bad thing, and in our society, that person's now a bad person. And we don't look at all the good they did before. But no, it should be taken into consideration. If more people thought like that, we'd be in a better position. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, that's kind of the position there. Um, Also, I guess I probably should put this out here. Black men don't care if black women date outside the race. We don't. We don't care who you fucking, right? We don't care. We do not. We would love if you would, be cooperative and work with us. But if you don't, go ahead, do your thing. But one thing black men do not like and do not want, we don't want everyone trying to dick police us. Everyone tries to dick police black men. White guys, white people try to dick police black men. Black women try to dick police black men. Every other nationality of people try to tell black people who they should or shouldn't be having sex with or having relationships with. Ain't that crazy? That is wild. That is interesting. No one tells any of these other people who they should. Black men don't tell Asian men or anyone else where they need to. Now Japanese dude, you need to be with a Japanese woman. You don't need to be over there having sex and having babies with Korean women. Native American guy, you don't need to be over there having sex with the white man. You know what the white man did to you? You should be over there having sex with Native American women. I mean, that's an honest critique, but that's what I'm saying. That's like an Arabic gentleman coming over to a black person, say, "Hey, buddy, I work in your community. I see you always have all these different chicks on your arm, but I don't ever see you with a black woman. Like, what is that? Why do you care? Why does everyone care where a black man puts his penis? Everyone, not just black women. Everyone cares. Is it because you don't want us mixing genes with your women? And even the women do it of other nationalities. Like, what's the deal? Because no other man, no other person has to deal with that, being told or being prevented, or like, can anyone answer that for me? Like, what's up with that? What is it about the black phallus that people think it needs to be regulated, and that other people think they have the capacity and the the station to tell someone, a grown man, who they should and should not be with, who they should and should not bed? Interesting, right? Very, very interesting. So the dick policing needs to stop. You know, another thing, when our women, black women, talk about that black men shouldn't date out. Honestly, a black man's first choice is a black woman. But if that doesn't work out for one reason or another, he should have the agency to go wherever he's happy, right? Now, why would a black woman be upset? Let's look at the situations and scenarios, right? So we see, and this is absolutely true, no one can even argue this. When we see our entertainers, our elites of our group, a lot of them are married to black women, right? But also a lot of them are married to, if you are a ball player or if you're an entertainer in any way, there is a high chance that you're going to be approached by a white woman. It's almost a certainty. If I became famous and my face was out there, I guarantee you I would be approached by a white woman. And this white woman would do every single thing that I wanted, every single thing I never knew I wanted. She would be everything. She would want to get married. And she would perform and do all these different things. She'd get the ass shots. If she didn't have an ass, she'd get the ass shots. She'd hit the gym, all to be with you. Now, does she want to be with you forever? Maybe. Chances are she wants to be with you for a while till it's fun. Maybe get a baby or two out of you and then divorce you and collect that check, right? So black women have seen this happen, and black men have seen it. We're not blind. We've seen it happen through history, day in and day out. The most affluent of our country, of our people, their wealth gets siphoned off from the black community back to white communities or wherever other communities that there are. And it seems to be a tactic. And sisters don't understand why brothers go for that. Why would a man get into a relationship with someone, a white woman? That seems to be their biggest selling point. But at this point, it's any woman. Why would they get in a relationship with any woman and know that the end result is likely a divorce, mixed kids, and you're paying that woman handsomely each month for those kids and alimony, things like that? Why would a man choose that over one of their own women? That's a good question. Is it a matter of self-hate? Is it a matter of uh, is it self-hate, or is it because they're happy? These women are making them happy, legitimately happy. Is it happiness? Is it self-hate? Is it really boils down to either of those two things, really. Alyssa said maybe they jealous. Yeah, they could be jealous. They could possibly. But that's what it boils down to. So I think the reason black men do it, even with all those odds against them, is because I don't think they're all self-hating. I don't think that's possible. I think because they are now in this super affluent situation, the pool of women that they can pull from, they can have any pool of women they want if you're an athlete, because you got the 3 6s, the 6 foot, six figures. Um, what was the other thing? Six something, six pack. If you're a ball player, you got all the 3 6s. You can have literally any woman you want. And the women that tend to be at your games are rich white women or rich racially ambiguous women or rich, Arabic women or black women, whoever. Those are who seems to be around. You don't chill where normal people are. You don't chill where someone's making 50K or less, unless you're just running out to go to a store or a gas station or something like that. You're really segmented to a specific group of people, and these just have to be affluent whites. So it's probably proximity is why they do it. But also maybe it's, like I said, how they feel, you know? Maybe they grew up having a bad experience with their mothers, their aunts, their cousins, their sisters, and you know, that's just not something that they want anymore. Now, some women call that self-hate, but other people say, you don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want. And it could be one of those situations. Yeah. So that would be I would say that would be an interesting situation that kind of transpires from that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of sad that a dude rather go through all of that than be with his other woman. But if you got emasculation going on, if you got non-cooperation coming on, I mean, if they're not being feminine enough, we all know historically there's reasons for all these things. But a man wants a woman. Let's just be real. Men like women. That's what it is. And a man's going to pick the most womanly woman if they have the choice. And when you got the three sixes, six pack, six figures, 6 foot, you can have any woman you want. So you're gonna get the best woman you can get. I mean, shit, that's all we want. And ladies, that's all you guys want. You want the best man you can get. You can get pretty much any guy that you want, really, but you want the best. So nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we need to stop doing that because black men, like I said, we wish our sisters. We love our black women, and that's who we choose. 85% of the time, a black man gets married, he's getting married to a black woman, and the rest is interracial, right? So we love our black women. It's not that. It's just some things need to change. There needs to be a level of mutual respect between the men and the women, and there needs to be establishment, a structure of roles that would better help us stay together, better help us work with one another. But basically, you can't have two men. You can't have there can't be two chiefs. There can't be two leaders. There can't be two captains. And like and I don't mean it like she can't be, an executive or anything like that. She can go as far as she wants educationally or own a company, that's fine. But when it comes to you and that person, there has to be a role. There has to be a hierarchy. Men and women are not equal. It's just it's never been that way. It's never going to be that way. It's just a reality. Each of us has strengths that the other doesn't possess, and that's okay. If she counts better than you, shit, marry her. Have her do all the finances. If he cooks better than you, well, let's do another one because we don't play that. But you're gonna have to cook. But if he does something else better than you, if he's a handyman and he fixes things around the house better than you, he's gonna be the authority on that. There's different strengths. We don't have to be equal to have a good relationship. We each have strengths in different areas. We need to capitalize on those. Nothing wrong with that. Um, but the truth hurts. The truth hurts sometimes, and I think that's what we're dealing with. A lot of truth being espoused and not being able to handle it. So yeah, that's what I think. I've been on for 3 hours. It's 8:17, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Unless anyone has any last questions, any last thoughts, remarks. Like I said, I will try to be more consistent. Maybe doing a Sunday or a Saturday. Well, shoot, man, if I do it every Saturday, I couldn't even go out if I wanted to. I usually don't go out though, but yeah, maybe I do it Saturday. The Sunday's pretty good though. Right now it's pretty straight. I just gotta. If I do it at 4 on Sunday or 5 on Sunday, I can do it for like 2, 3 hours, and then be done by this time or 7. Maybe I should do 7. I should do 4 to 7 on Sunday, or 4 to whenever I get done on Sunday. That would be a good slot. I think that would be a good time. Or I could do late night Saturday, like 9 o'clock p.m., 8 or 9 p.m. And then shoot, if I just have to go out one night, like no show, we'll do it on Sunday. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do Saturday show. I don't know. I have to think about it because I do have a life. I do have a life. Y'all got lives too. Maybe Sunday show 4 to whenever on Sunday. or because I got to wake up at 6:30. So maybe I could do a Sunday 6 p.m. show and end at 9. That would be 3 hours. I would still get time. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Sunday, 6 to 9. Bye. Thank you. No rush. Hey, real talk. Go get some rest. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Bye. Have a blessed one. I want to see y'all back. I'm going to make you guys some mods and we'll do it. Restream will be up and we'll get it. Don't forget, patronize Real Talk Real People, of course. Um, check out the link, Teespring link. Get the merch and like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, like I end my videos, context is everything. We out.